Going on to you Aries out there. So make sure to smash that like button. So here it is that you are. You Taurus have the Three of Swords, the Page of Swords, and you have the Seven of Swords. Okay. There's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website which has all the ways to be able to financially support the show. So I can most definitely keep the channel going. Also, too, shout outs to Tabby Kano. I'm going to actually go ahead and post a link to her YouTube channel in the comment section below. She's a Leo, but I actually forgot to give her a shout out in the Leo. But, fire signs. But I'm still going to go ahead and give and show some love here right now. Shout outs to her. She makes great music. She's a musician, okay? She's not just a guitarist. She's a musician. She knows how to sing as well. So, and I'm sure she knows how to dance too. You know. Anyway, this is New York, but anyway, the Three of Swords and the Page of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Okay, so the Three of Swords speaks to obviously some level of heartbreak that a lot of you Aries are getting over. And the Page of Swords and the Seven of Swords speaks to a level of betrayal of this heartbreak that this one person has essentially caused you. There is good news in this, though, and we're going to get to the good news. The Page of Swords represents how this person is trying to masquerade this disrespect, making it seem like they love you or that they like you or that they're doing it for some level of higher purpose. When in actuality, you Aries are just heartbroken. And a lot of you Aries can't necessarily see why this person from the past, an ex, broke essentially your heart. It could even be current times, right? It could even be current times where somebody that you have been trying to get to know recently, as early as days ago, maybe even a month ago, right? Right? Could have already have happened, disrespected you in a way where they didn't regard you as human. They didn't regard you as a living being that deserves respect the way that living organisms do, right? As a living being deserves to be respected. You know, you treat a human being like a human being. You treat a dog with respect, but it's still a dog. You know what I mean? But you still treat it with respect. So you give a person what their hand is called for, is the point that I'm trying to make. And you Aries didn't receive that whatsoever because you have the Page of Swords and the Seven of Swords. This person, like I said, would be disrespectful. They would try to find ways to dehumanize you, to disrespect you, right? To get you to feel like you are completely unwanted. And the Eight of Cups now represents you finally having the courage to walk away for good. You Aries understand that you're better off to not have to deal with those people than to have to deal with them. You're right. This is what it is that I like to call addition by subtraction. Addition by subtraction. For all of those people who don't know what addition by subtraction means, it means that your life has gotten better without this person or idea or thing, whatever it is that you have, whatever it is that was essentially really holding you back. It means that your life has gotten better without that. And that it's been ripped away from you, but you needed it to be ripped away from you. And if not, you needed to rip away from it. Because if you don't, it'll continue to drag you down. So this is most definitely addition by subtraction. You know, and the thing is that the Eight of Cups now also represents now you can begin to heal from that, whatever it is that you recently, or maybe it's a thought from a relationship that brought you discomfort that you are healing from. So it doesn't necessarily have to be something that happened just now per se, although more than likely it is. It could also be something from the past where you really felt a certain kind of way about a person and you thought of them as so important. But also this is about you learning how to get past through that memory to where it doesn't give you that discomfort anymore. So now the Five of Swords is about how it is that you Aries now have to understand that it's not about them dubbing or curving you. It's about you doing it to them. And what I mean by that is the one with the more value who's treating the other person well and the other person treating the other person like garbage. If the person with more value leaves, or if the person with lower value, right, the person who's basically trash, leaves the other person, it's a win for the person either way with more value. Because like it is that I said before in the Taurus video, right? Like you are around those type of people who can't, who got real issues. You know what I mean? Every time you engage with them, every time you interact with them, they're trying to insult you. And like, again, you're just being yourself. You're not throwing shots at them. You're not being disrespectful. You're not going at them. You know what I mean? You're just telling them the truth and they can't deal with it. And it's like they can't, you know what I mean? You can't interact with them without going, they can't be in a library without getting into an argument with a book. They can't go to a graveyard without getting into a verbal altercation with a tombstone. It, they can't. They just can't. They have to show you their mental problems, that they have no internal peace while trying to stunt like they do. I get that same thing a lot. I get it a lot from, so I definitely understand what it is that you Aries are going through. Those type of people where you talking to them, and because so many people have a problem with me, the way that I talk, I don't care about if people have a problem with the way that I talk. I'm going to tell it straight. I'm a grown man. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not sitting down. I'm going to go ahead, say what it is that I got to say. If anybody who doesn't like it, I don't really care. I don't care. And no matter how many times I say that I don't care, I still have goofies, a lot of them older than me, who can't take straight talk. How weird are they, you freaking weirdo? You old, I'm 32. Y'all are in y'all 40s. Y'all are close to 40s. Y'all are in your 50s. Trying to tell another grown individual about how they need to live their life. I don't know how many times I have to tell you to go screw yourself, but but it's like, no matter how many times I say that, it's like they're not listening. So I'm at a point in my own self, Aries, where I'm not even going to say it anymore. And y'all know that that's dangerous. Because with me, what that means with me is when I stop saying stuff, that means that I'm just going to observe and I'm just going to take action. The time for talking is over. So, and now I'm going silent. So whenever it is that I get these weird individuals that are older, younger, same age, that want to tone police and finger wag, I'm just going to go ahead and cut them off, hang up on them, block their number, and keep it moving with my life. I'm a grown individual and I'm not going to stop. But then they misconstrue, because they're so goddamn emotional, but they misconstrue the stuff that is that I'm saying, right? And they misconstrue it so much they think, oh, well, they just got to come out and insult me. And it's like they're so stupid. They lack such intelligence. They don't even, and common sense, basic common sense, They don't understand that the stuff it is that I'm saying to them is based upon facts, and that I'm not intentionally trying to hurt their feelings, because the stuff that I'm saying to them is factual things that I can actually prove. So it doesn't have any kind of political campaign behind it to intentionally hurt their feelings. I mean, some of the things that I learned to gain, some of the knowledge that I learned to gain myself, when I got knowledge upon certain things, I didn't even personally like it myself, but it's something that I had to learn within my own self to get over. And it's the same thing that's going on with you, Aries, in essence, in principle. It's the same thing. The idea that, the thing that you Aries have to understand is that this reading is kind of warning you about, but also giving you a clap or praises for, right? Is because of the fact that you Aries have to understand not everybody is going to like you, and that's something that I understand too. I don't care. What I do care about though is a bunch of grown ass adults sitting up there talking about what it is that I should be saying and doing. It's like, listen, stop. Okay? Just stop. Stop trying to tell a grown individual how to live their life, you weirdo. Stop. Okay? So now the King of Pentacles represents just that. All right? The King of Pentacles is about you, Aries, living your life and essentially learning how to not be bothered with it. All right. Then you have the Strength and the Ace of Wands, which is about how you they're gonna have to temper themselves. The Strength and the Ace of Wands is about ultimately all it is that you Aries have learned, or what it is that you should have learned, is that people who come into the interaction insulting you, they're weirdos. Because like it is that I said before, they can't be in a peaceful relationship with you. They can't go to a library without getting into an argument with the book. You Aries can be wonderful with these people. Doesn't matter how wonderful you Aries can be, and probably are, still have interactions with you, problems with you. Manufacture it, create problems, artificially create problems unnecessarily, just so that they can have issues with you. Whenever it is that you Aries see people like that, you got to get away from people like that. They're crazy. So let's clarify some of these cards here. Let's clarify the let's clarify the King of Pentacles. King of Wands, King of Cups, the Ten of Wands, the Empress, and then you have the Ace of Swords to clarify the King of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here for you, Aries, is that, and that's the other catch-22 of it too, right? The King of Wands and the King of Cups and the Ten of Wands is really about how you have been quite nice. But your dating experience is you've had to walk away from a lot of others because of how disrespectful they are. The Empress and the Ace of Swords, they're always running some form of game where they don't need you. They don't even want you around. And it's like, okay, I've said this before, Aries, it's kind of odd of them. It's kind of odd. I ain't even gonna lie. It's odd to date someone and then act like you don't want them around. That's a bad look. That ain't a good look. It's like, that's an oxymoron. It's like, how are you dating, but then they're going out of their way to show you how much they don't want you. Like, you can't, what I'm saying? Like, and the reason why I'm saying that's because of the Empress and the Ace of Swords. That's an example of this. Is like, you Aries going out to a club, y'all talking to somebody, y'all are linking up and stuff like this. Or more so, even more realistically, you getting to know somebody, y'all exchange numbers, You call them, or they call you, right? Then y'all go hang out. You hang out. Y'all are kicking it, right? But then, but then, right? Y'all start hanging out a little bit. But then now all of a sudden, the person doesn't call you as much. The person don't call you. The person don't actually put an effort or anything like that, right? The two of y'all start dating, and then the next thing you know, the person doesn't put in a whole lot of effort. And it's like, what exactly was the point? And see, this is what I mean when I say that there's a lot of people who are very much so complicit in wasting their own time and then want to complain about it later. And then they jump, and what's crazy is a lot of the times what a lot of people who are complicit in wasting their own time will do, for the most part, is that they'll jump online and then they'll complain and bellyache and cry like a dog with their tail tucked in between their legs. No pun intended, baby, because my dog's over there, about how it is that they got done wrong. And it's like, no, you Aries didn't treat them wrong. What happened is that they were not dating with intentions. They came out here and they wasted their time being an idiot. Because I'm gonna be real with y'all. You dig what I'm saying? I study the art of running game, and I can do that if I want to, but I choose not to. You see what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, part of the reason, a huge reason why it is that I don't run game, well, besides for it being wrong, but another reason why it is I don't run game is because I understand how useless it is doing a lot of oxymoronic, unintuitive things that end up putting yourself onto the back burner or whatnot, just for short-term victories, and then making myself look mentally ill doing a bunch of stupid stuff. All for what exactly? What is the end goal when all someone has to do is say, yeah, you're a dub, back to the streets, and all the games that I ran is over just from that one sentence and action? It's all over. All of this plotting, cooking up a plot to do this, and all of that is finished. And yeah, you're a dub. Please leave. Please leave. No, please leave before I call the police. Please. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and whip out my camera so I can go ahead and get all of this, so this person can't lie and say that I didn't went ahead and did this. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say it again. Please leave my place before I call the police. All of these games is stupid. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. What it is that I'm seeing here for you ultimately is you Aries just have to essentially deal with this person that you may have experienced this heartbreak from, or maybe if it was even in the past. But other than that, a lot of you are very much so heading in the correct direction. A lot of you Aries will have someone that you could potentially be with, but you have to be able to actually deal with this issue first.